Hello, in this segment of the video series that we have prepared to assist with the feeling of shame and the problems people face related to it, we aim to provide an approach on how to control the feeling of shame and offer a solution to the curiosity about this topic. By presenting a different perspective to those asking this question, we hope to help them gain awareness. Let's begin by reminding you that awareness is one of the most effective remedies. What does it mean to ask how the feeling of shame can be controlled? To control means to keep something within the boundaries we set for it and to try to monitor it within those boundaries. Someone asking this question is likely experiencing a problem related to the feeling of shame or feeling discomfort in experiencing this emotion. There is a belief that the solution lies in gaining control over this emotion. It's important to note that when trying to solve a problem, asking the right questions is crucial. Is what you are looking for ways to control the feeling of shame, or is it ways to eliminate the discomfort of experiencing shame? Most likely, what you truly seek are ways to prevent the emergence of the uncomfortable feeling. In other words, what you don't want is the shame itself, but rather the loss of control during moments of shame. Simply recognizing what has been explained so far will bring a significant portion of the solution. If we continue, the first thing to look at is the problem in the desire to control. Believing that you are in control is an illusion. In reality, humans cannot control anything. There is no attempt here to create a panic atmosphere in you. On the contrary, you are invited to see what is being said right now. When someone falls into the illusion of thinking they are in control and attempts to control, they often ask themselves after a while, why is nothing going the way I wanted to? The reason is clear, because the power to control does not belong to you. The control of life is in life's own hands. Just as you cannot give direct orders to any of your cells, you cannot directly influence what happens in your life. In the case of shame, there is little you can do about the feeling of losing control at that moment and the impulse to regain control. The best thing you can do is to try to experience that moment as it is. Moreover, you may be afraid of what you are trying to control, and you can be sure that the things you fear may be controlling your mind. In this case, by asking this question, you are saying that the feeling of shame is controlling you while experiencing the moment of shame, and you do not want this. Instead, you express the desire to control the feeling of shame yourself. So, how would you fight against something that is trying to control you? You would resist by not doing what they are trying to make you do, thus removing the control they have over you. So, when you succeed in this, what have you actually achieved? You have succeeded in controlling the feeling of shame, haven't you? This is essentially the answer to the problem you are looking for. There is always an answer within each problem. This answer resides in the hidden area of the problem and awaits your recognition. In summary, by asking this question, what you want to achieve is to learn how to eliminate the control that the feeling of shame has imposed on you. So, how is this possible? The answer is very simple: by becoming aware. The problem in trying to control is often due to not realizing what is happening to you. It can be said that when the feeling of shame is experienced, you are under the influence of an effect that you cannot define or solve at that moment. Probably, at the same time, you are resisting it, and by resisting, you may be doing something that could make you feel more ashamed. One of the last things you would want in moments of shame is to do something that could cause another shame. For example, in front of your friends, you may have fallen to the ground, and your friends may have laughed at it. This may have embarrassed you, and if you fell again while getting up, the tone of their laughter may have increased, making you even more embarrassed. If we take a closer look at this moment, the reason for falling again might be your attempt to get up quickly and carelessly to escape the shame of the initial fall. Probably, after your first fall, you would have gotten up, tried to smile, and recover the situation. Then, you would have hoped for the feeling of shame to leave you as soon as possible. The examples may vary, but I believe you understand the situation. The biggest problem with emotions belonging to low energy levels, such as shame, is that they are not easily accepted. If someone else had fallen and got up laughing as much as your friends did, they would probably be accepted as a cool, right? What actually happens here is that the person who fell has accepted the fall and the laughter from the beginning. Therefore, they did not even think about trying to control the feeling of shame, probably because they did not react with shame to the incident. If you asked them, they might even say that everyone can fall and it actually looks funny. Falling may not be associated with shame in their perception window. What we need to understand from this situation is to find out which things in your perception are associated with the feeling of shame. This way, you can have an opportunity to examine shame and realize that it is not something to be afraid of. On the contrary, it is a feeling that wants to be understood. You can explore the reasons for the feeling of shame or choose a shorter path by accepting it as it is. Because at the end of the mental process of examining shame, you won't reach anywhere. In fact, by examining the shame that will happen, you will make your mind familiar with shame. This will show you that shame is not something to be afraid of. Direct the light of your awareness to everywhere you are afraid of. In this way, you can prevent the things you are afraid of from controlling you. I hope that what has been explained will help you with your fears and concerns. In the next videos, we will examine questions on similar topics to understand what they may actually be. Goodbye.